Okay, teachers. Now all the teachers are there. Shall we start?
මට පොඩ්ඩක් කියනද කාවද හොස්ට් කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා?
Shahika teacher තමයි මේ slide මේ
No, I
computer.
have network issues. Please take another. I have network issues.
Sir මාව host කරන්නකෝ.
දිලිනි භාග්‍යනේ?
ඔව් sir.
හරි.
Shall we start?
Okay, teacher.
Yeah, we can start right. So, welcome to our International Initiative for Enhancing the Skills of ECC Teachers in South Asian Nation. And welcome our teachers there, Ms. Hamda and myself, Shahika Firdaus, and Mrs. Rihana Naushad, Mrs. Rusna Izzadin, Mrs. Fatima Safrina, and Mrs. Delini Bakia. These are our co-teachers going to do this presentation today. And our topic is mathematics in STEAM education. Okay, so let me start into our objective of the lesson. So today's session is all about integrating mathematics in the kindergarten classroom. Okay, it's also a fun, meaningful way. We will first explore the core objective of this lesson and then walk through a structural outline of topic that makes maths exciting for young learners. So you can see outline of mathematics topics are Introduction to Mathematics, Mathematics Games, Significance of Maths Game, and then creating a maths lesson plan for kindergarten. So first counting and number recognition, and then second one addition and subtraction, third shapes and geometry, and fourth patterns and sequencing, and fifth measurement and comparison, and sixth data collection and representation, and the final conclusion and importance of maths skill. So go through the next slide. So introduction to mathematics in kindergarten. So let's begin with understanding why kindergarten is such a critical stage for mathematics education. At this age, children are naturally curious, right? So they are eager to learn. They are showing interest while in the age. So kindergarten offers the perfect opportunity to spark their interest in numbers, patterns, and problem solving. It's not just about learning to count. It's about developing logical thinking, reasoning, and the confidence to explore. A strong maths foundation at this stage, preparing children for lifelong learning, right? It's not just academically, but it's in practical, everyday life as well. So you can also go through in slide the importance of kindergarten in mathematics education. Kindergarten serves as a pivotal moment for introducing young children to realm of mathematics. This is an opportunity to spark their curiosity and establish a solid foundation for their future learning. So we can see our next slide. Next slide about engaging children through play. Now, how do we make maths exciting and effective? Okay, you can answer the question. Okay, through play, right? Through play, we can engage them. Like we can give puzzle games, so counting like that. So research showed that children who engage more in maths games perform significantly better in maths by the end of the year. These games turn abstract concept into tangible hands-on experience, right? They believe understanding in a stress-free, joyful environment, helping children stay motivated and eager to learn. So whether it's counting blocks, number bingo, and shape puzzles, or even rhythm games, so play is the most powerful tool we have in early maths education through engaging children to play. So let's move on to the next slide and over to the next for teacher. Are there anyone here who is doing significant of maths games?
It's me,
Okay.
Denise. It is the
Okay.
next slide, right? The importance of max game I'm doing. Okay. Importance of max game. Max games for preschoolers as they provide a fun and engaging way to learn fundamental max concepts, develop reading skills, and fosters a positive attitude towards max. These games help build a strong foundation for future max learning by making it enjoyable. This can reduce the anxiety of mathematics. Even in the early years, mathematics helps children solve problems, pressure, and develop their own spatial awareness, along with how to use and understand shapes. So these maths games can control the children by learning maths in a fun way. They will enjoy, and the experience is much more. A fun learning environment approach a positive mindset for the children. Also, research has shown that games are essential for a healthy development in early childhood and beyond. Can I get the next slide? Okay, that is the counting and number recognition. What is the counting and number recognition? This is a fundamental math skill. Number recognition is the ability to identify and name the numbers by counting in the process like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 process of reciting numbers in a sequence and associating them with their sum of like example, we can give them pebbles or blocks, we can give them, okay, and also we can use some counting activities like there are number lines and counting blocks, counting games, and counting savage hunt. And also we can give them like max apps. There are a lot of apps available nowadays. So we can give some of that. And also there are a lot of online number games, and we can give number tracing, number matching, number bingo, and number hunt. These activities can adapt to suit different age group and skill levels, making learning fun and enjoyable for preschool. Thank you, and over to the next presenter.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, teacher. Simple addition and subtraction. We can start this age 4 and 5. Before we can introduce the counting and identification of the number of them. So we can give some hands-on activity for them. Then they can use building blocks, anything they can use that. They are represent the addition and subtraction problem, making the maths with that engineering. Otherwise, we can use the number line. Using the number line, they learn the visual. They can understand what is that one, what is the big one, what is the small one. Before then, they can identify about the number line. That's a very good activity for them. Other one, the story problem. The children very love this one because story problem, they like to ask the story. So we can teach with story maths for them, some addition and subtraction. Like I have a 1 toffee, now your friend have a 2 toffee. All how much like that we can ask the problem, then they can solve that one. Next slide, please. Okay. Other one is the shape and geometry. Shape recognition. We can connect some shape with our day-to-day things. That means circle. We can ask the circle where you can see the circle. We can ask with the children. Then they will choice things. They will show this is the circle. So they will understood that shape day-to-day life. Other one, we can make the shape sorting. Shape sorting means we can sort with the color, size, number, big, small, like that. We can use that shape, we can sort. Other one is the spatial reasoning. They can understand a spatial reasoning like inside, outside, above, below, next to. So we can use in our language this one. We can improve our language with maths. We can use this one day-to-day life, and we can improve this one with our language also. So this one's a very good activity for the children. Okay. Thank you, Rihanna teacher. You can, Rihanna, yeah, can you more?
Thank you, Ms. Afrina. So, hello everyone, I'm Rihanna Naushat here. Today we are gonna see in deep what is the very basic foundational concept of mathematics in early childhood education. So let's begin with patterns and sequences. So when a child is born, when they explore around the world, even from the very static basic, the stripes in zebra to the rhythm of song, they listen. The lullabies, the very start one, they are used to the rhythm. So here, when we see simple patterns, first the child identify the pattern, the difference one red, then comes the blue and the red, they identify. And number two, they create their pattern in their own through prediction. Here what the logic works. It creates a logical thinking in very basic early childhood education, how a young learner learn how the pattern and sequence is formed. They say, now it come blue, it's red, it's blue. So we support them to predict what is next. Red, blue, and it's red once again. So next, move for the next slide, please. Okay, measurement and comparison. So it starts from very basic, from home to school. You give two siblings a glass of juices and they compare which whom get the more. So it starts from very basic in early childhood itself. At classroom, they compare in very basic terms like you're taller than me and she looks shorter, like these are very common terms a child use. And when it comes to weighing something, they say this looks so light and this is so heavy. That's how they compare the weight as well. So they learn these things from very basic objects. It can be like from in a classroom, they use the blocks, they use the pen clips to measure the heights and all. Before using the ruler, they are introduce themselves naturally into these scenarios by the environment. Thank you. And next co-teacher will take it over.
I'm Dilini Vakya. So here we can see data collection and representation. In when you learning maths, when you're teaching maths in early childhood education, data collection and representation is very important. So data collection, the children collect data through simple survey or observation. So we can ask children to collect some data from, like we can ask children to go home and ask your parents what are the things they like or dislike. So they will gather those information and come to the classroom. Then the nature walk also a good way to collect data. So the next part is data representation. So when the children collect all those data, we support them to represent those data. So we can put in your chart or graph, so it can show what are the things their parents like or dislike, or what are the things they have gathered from the nature. Then after that, the third part is data interpretation. That means from looking at the chart or graph, children will be able to give a brief conclusion about what they have gathered, what they have collected, what are the data they have collected, and what are the data representation, and what are the things they can talk about. So how many likes and dislikes. Likewise, data collection, data representation, and data interpretation is a really simple way that children can easily learn basic maths skills. So let's move on to the next slide. Maths desktop game, right? Okay. The conclusion part, I think teacher Hamda going to do. Thank you very much. Oh, yes. Maths desktop game. In this one, you can see the YouTube link, the link. So when you go to this link, you will see lot of interesting maths skill-based games or activities. You can find a lot of activities from this website. So it is free. Anyone can get access for this website. So children will learn through these games the basic maths skills, and also teachers can get a basic idea, get a very good activities, get ideas for the activities from this website. Thank you very much.
Thank you, teacher. Math activities, brain game activity. Next slide. This is a math website. You can search anything in this link. Pre-math worksheet. This you can give worksheet to your children. National Council of Teacher of Mathematics. Illumination. This is an educational resource recommended for finding engaging math activities. Illumination is known for providing high quality math lesson and integratives. Next slide. Mathematics activities. First thing, brain blowing and counting. Show fun hands on math games. Example, finger counting, number cards, and cupcake counting. Encourage children to learn numbers through play and daily object. Next, group games. Photo shows children participating in physical group activities to understand math concepts like counting, shortening, and spatial awareness. Emphasizes collaboration and movement in learning. Teach zero as a hero, importance of zero. Creative way of teaching the concept of zero using superhero characters. Help children understand the value and importance of zero in mathematics. Next slide. Math apps. Elmo, like 5 apps there. You can see anything in math like that. The summary is math is not just numbers. It's a powerful tool for innovation, creativity, and interdisciplinary learning in STEAM. Thank you.
Then we shall start this lecture.
Yes, that was the end of the module 1, session 7. Now we'll move on to session 8.
Yeah, this is session 8, lecture 8, module 1, and the international project for capacity development of ECCD teachers in South Asian countries. They are doing a very good program to our future teachers. And let's move on. We can see what is the heading today: engineering in STEM education. So on the next slide, we can see our co-teachers and Miss Hamda and myself, Sahika Pradoff, and Mrs. Rihana Naushad and Mrs. Ruzna Izzadin and Mrs. Fatima Safrina and Mrs. Dilini Bakia. Those are the teachers doing this presentation. So we can move the next slide. So, object of the lesson, what is by the end of this lesson, you will be able to define engineering, right? Then, what is engineering in kindergarten? Importance of teaching engineering, tips to make some useful activities, and the final importance, links, and websites. So, you can go through those objective of this lesson. So we can see what is engineering. What is engineering mean? Engineering is the process of designing, building, and testing solutions to real world problem. It about problem solving, creative and innovation using science, maths, and technology, right? So engineering is using our brain and hands to build and fix things that help people. So, have you ever built something with blocks or fixed something at home? Mostly kids are doing that, right? As a teachers, we know how to engage kids with fun games, right? So we are using some games like blocks, so building blocks we call, right? So this is how we use engineering in the kindergarten age. So have you, so you all know, so that's engineering. So next move on to the next slide. This is
Thank you,
Yeah.
Sarika. Engineering for the first school. Pulling together engineering units study in the first school about the giving them lots idea of the opportunities about building, exploring, and discovering. We can use here building blocks. Usually we are using in our kindergarten always the building blocks. Then we can give idea for, we can ask some questions for them. Make it small, make it big. So we can give some guide to make tower. So we can ask some question. So they are making and they are finding the answer. So we can give some topic. So they make it very interesting, very nice, that one, because they love work with tools. They love make anything new. That is the very important for the kindergartens. Other slide is engineering. Engineering is the ability to apply scientific knowledge, solve the real world problem. So this we can apply this particularly the movement actually things in here we can learn about the weight, space, awareness. Lot of things we can learn about here. They can decide and they can understand what about they think why we use this one, where we can use the tools where we want to use, what kind of tools we want to use, how we can use this one, what is the problem, how we want to solve this problem. Like this they can get a lot of idea in here. So this is a very nice experience for them. Thank you. I'm the teacher.
Thank you. Hands-on engineering activities. Kindergartners love to build and stack, but did you know that building is the basic for engineering activities? With just a little extra preparation and and intent kindergarten play can be transformed into awesome engineering activities for kids. Students will love these hands-on engineering activities and teachers will love how educational playtime can be. Next slide. Activities for kindergarten. Build the letter, water fill up. Next slide. Marble run using paper tubs, paper rocket, windmill craft, paper plate marble track, toothpick tower challenge. Next slide. Okay, next teacher. This is, no.
Thank
Glow.
you, the teacher.
Humble teacher, you can explain.
Yeah, teacher. Activities for kindergarten. This is the sum of activity. This called Glogy science experiment river model, like that. Go through the link and you can see the video, like how to make this, how to do in our classroom, like that. Thank you.
Thank you, Hamza teacher. And I'm going to talk about the important topics in STEAM. In STEAM, these 5 things are very important, as to ask, imagine, plan, create, and improve. So the children ask to identify the problems and other solution. And they imagine. This is a brainstorm activity and select a solution even to test. Then they plan to specify the design and material, like what do they need to do the thing. And they start to create it to make the test as a model. They make it as a model. And they improve to ask how the design can be even better. Next slide, please. The co-engineering topics. The co-engineering refers to the fundamental principle concepts and skills that form the basic of engineering disciplines. So the mechanism, understanding forces, motion, and energy, and they study the heat transfer, energy conservation, and efficiency, and also the material science, like exploring properties, applications, and behavior of materials, and also the electronics, designing and analyzing electronic circuits and system, like they can bring some small motors and batteries, wires, and they can do some experiment on hand. And then the other one is a robotic, combining engineering, computering science, and mathematics to design and develop robots. Thank you. Over to Rihanna, teacher.
Excuse Mr. Janaka sir, I am unable to switch on the camera due to some reason that I am alone with my son and he's
You
6.
can
I'm sorry
continue,
about
teacher.
this. So, hello everyone. Thanks, Ms. Ruzna. Finding a problem and design a solution. So here, it's like the very basic thing we start in early childhood education, implementing engineering. I would say comparing to a stilt water, and we are starting to move the very first water molecule to create a wave in water. So when we implement the engineering in the very start of early childhood education, we start by asking a question why once again. So teach a guided play that includes identifying problem, encourage children to become critical observer of their surrounding. The main impact is to see and embrace the new challenges in preschool. For example, there are many materials and resources we find free in school. We can take it over. So we have 2 straws, for example. We give the child, we start the child, we ask the question, how can we fix it? How can we get a work done? How can it join and make a water flow? We start with the question, we find a question there, we encourage them, and we find the solution as well. So let's move for the next slide, please. Okay, so it's here engineering in agriculture. It is something about implementing engineering in agriculture. In classroom, you can ask like how you are gonna take it over. We started with the basic creativity with natural curiosity provided for the children for getting the work done. For example, there are many resources, as I said before, we can get it and help the children to create beautiful, attractive activities for the kids in the classroom as an task, hands-on exploration of the task. So there are many structures like we can use like recyclable resources and ask the kids to create so many activities like, for example, cups for birds to have food on their nest, and the very minimalistic, the paddy field creation, how does the water flow, how the water is being supplied in a small classroom setup with very basic resources like clay, recyclable papers, sticks, mud, paddies, and watering system. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm Dilini Bhatia. So we have discussed about important topics in STEAM. So finding problem, imagine, design, and solution. So here we are going to talk about how can implement how can we implement these theories in a practical way. So here you can see how to make a bottle rocket project. So here there are 4 steps. So the first step is the problem. So here we can ask our student to make a bottle rocket for a school celebration. So this one, this project is kind of difficult for kindergarten children, but teachers can use this and show it to children to get an idea. So the second step is imagine. You can tell your student what material they have available. So then you can give them time to think, to brainstorm how will they create their rockets. Then the next step is designing, the build and test. So a student use this provided materials, create their bottle rockets, and they can, after they create it, they can go outside and test the rocket. So you can give them a bottle and a fuel like baking soda and vinegar as fuel. So it will launch like 2 meters. So after that, the fourth step is improve. So then you can give student to compare their project, analyze their project with the other classmates, and they will get the idea what are the things they have to improve. So they will develop ideas. So science teacher can do it the first, then after that your students can do this. So that is how you can implement these steps in science project. So that is the that is the bottle rocket project. So next slide, please. So next one is build prosthetic device to toys. So there are so many people with disabilities due to different reasons. So this kind of device can help them to make their life easier, like better. So here we can ask in our early childhood education in children, we can ask them to create a prosthetic leg for a toy panda. So here we are giving them a simple problem that there are different peoples with different special abilities, and what are the things you can do to help them. So here we will give them the problem. Then after that, we can give them a soft toy without a leg. So they will have a problem to think about. Then after that, they will think, how can we help them? So they will very interesting about this one. So they will think, they will give this toy panda a leg. So that is how we can give their mind to build prosthetic device to toys. We can give this idea. So after that, they will create those imagines, and they will get some designs and give them the solution. That is how we can mark, we can create, we can give our student chance to think and design. Thank you.
So to wrap up this part, engineering is all about curiosity. It's about figuring out, right? So we can see National Kindergarten Day. Before we go deeper, let's take a moment to celebrate something special, National Kindergarten Day. So this day honors the importance of early childhood education and reminds us that young children are naturally curious and full of creative ideas, perfect qualities for little engineers, right? So when we combine kindergartens plus engineering, we are not just teaching, right? We are nurturing innovators, thinkers, and building of the future. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay. We can see topics. This link, you can go through the link and get some ideas about the kindergartens, what is about that. And let's move on. So how to create a wind wheel. So create a wind wheel, it's a YouTube tutorial, so you can check out that. These links are all free. So next, water field science experiment. So you can go through, and then the toy sailboat, and the second link is most team activities for kindergartens, and the free printable activities are there in the third link. So those are the links you can go through and check out. So this is okay. So this is our session today. So thank you so much for joining this. I hope you are feeling inspired to engineering into the early years. We are learning meets play, and every child can be a little innovators, right? Because engineers are the innovators and thinkers, and they can make different creative ideas with different platform, right? So this is our topic today. Thank you for joining. So this is our lesson number 9. So international project for capacity development of ECCD teachers in South Asian countries. They are doing a program, and we are the teachers doing the presentation today. And this is the topic, arts in STEAM education. And then we can see who is the teachers are doing this presentation, and Miss Hamda and Mrs. Sahika Firdaus and Mrs. Rihana Naushad and Mrs. Rusna Izzadin, Mrs. Fatima Shafrina, and Mrs. Delini Bakia. Those are the teachers going to do this presentation today. And let's move on to this next slide. So STEAM. So we all know, right, the definition of STEAM. Before that, the word STEAM, what means that? So S for science, T for technology, E for engineering, A for arts, and M for mathematics. So let's move on to the next topic, and we can see what by the end of the lesson what we will able to learn about that. So objective of this lesson. So what is art? STEAM curriculum, the importance of art. Third, the role of art in STEM. And fourth, music and dance. Fifth, developing creativity and imagination. And sixth, enhancing fine motor skills. And seven, fostering self-expression. And eight, integrating art into other subject. And nine, encouraging problem-solving skills. And 10th one, conclusion and benefits of arts in kindergarten education. And the last, important links and resources for teachers and or activities ideas. Those are the teachers and myself we're going to do this presentation today. So this is the objective of this lesson. And the next, we can move to the next slide. So STEAM curriculum. So STEAM curriculum say that STEAM education stands for science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. The STEAM curriculum emphasizes creativity and critical thinking through hands-on learning and integrating subject. So we can see what is art. Do you have any idea about that? What is art? Says that. So you can also go through the slide, right? So what exactly art in the context of education? Art is a creative expression, so but it's not just painting or drawing. According to George Ekman's statement, who developed the STEAM concept, art has many branches. So we can see 5 points in the slide. So you can go through the notes and end of the session. So we can see the first one, fine arts, drawing, painting, sculpting, and photography. Language arts means storytelling, writing, even sign language. And the third one, physical arts. So it's mean dance and sports. Manual arts like crafting, designing, or building with hands. So last one, liberal arts. So thinking deeply through philosophy, sociology, and history, all of these plays a role in shaping, right, and child's learning journey. So next we can see. We can see the first slide. So we can, okay, move on to the next co-teacher.
Thanks, Ms. Rahika. So I'm very happy to talk about a topic which always goes unnoticed, art. Even in the classroom, the art is very well less with time of age group, it goes in a deviation. So when we talk about the role of art in STEAM, what is the main impact of connecting art to STEAM? So it connects the logical thinking into creativity. It brings the logic into creativity in a most beautiful way. So when we talk about visual communication, what does art do in a visual communication? So in visual communication, the color mentions, the color speaks, the shape speaks, the form speaks. So it allows the student to express their emotions through colors, through shapes, and through form, visually to explore different mediums and communicate ideas in the most creative way. So, have you ever noticed a very huge art lover describes a picturesque in a different way? It is just 2 to 3 scratches and different blink of colors here and there, and they says it shows the piece in the sculpture says, the canvas art says, it speaks the weather is too cold. The artists have mentioned it have some cold areas of specification. He tries to explore. They go in a flow. Art speaks. It starts very basically from starting for our young learners. And then comes problem solving. There is a problem and we ask the children to solve it in the most creative and hands-on exploration way. That's what the problem solving mentioned here. So they solve it through art project. They learn to solve problem here through different kinds of experiment and techniques. They find creative solution, and their process enhances the critical thinking and skills. So it always encourages the student to think out of the box when they solve problems through projects. And there comes the imagination and creativity. Children are super duper learners, boosters in imagination and creativity when they are so young. They are very active in it. They are blast of energy. So when art fosters, it nurtures imagination and creativity together. Different things form here. So when you ask the kids to do an art project, they do sculptures, they create storytelling, they do role plays. It not only increase their creativity and imagination or the storytelling skill, it increase different perspective of roles here when they do role play, different point of view and social skills. So it encourages own leadership ideas and develop their unique perspective in most abstractly and experiment with new concept. So when we introduce art into children here, we take different textures of stuff. For example, cloth, we take cotton, we take sand, and the child improve their sensory knowledge, their hands on different textures. It improve their many skills as we have learned very before from our first module, first session from first module. When a child is very good in sensory activities, they are very easy to learn new stuff. Art not only create fun waves or creativity or imagination, it improve a child holistically. Could we please move to next slide? Okay. Developing creativity and imagination. Through art, developing creativity and imagination is not only from engineering, math, or science. It is also from art. That's why the STEAM is very much appreciated and incorporated in today's 21st century education. So when we talk about storytelling, open-ended activities, and exploration of materials, storytelling activities improve a students' imagination and creativity skills. For example, a child comes to a class and says, I was coming in the bus and the horn was tooting so hard, and from that a beautiful angel came with a wind stick. He gave me 2 toffees. They explore, they speak. That's what the age is. And different role play through art, we do different role play activities. You know what is the meaning of role playing? Different roles we play in the classroom. So during that, it improves the social skill of the student, the way they understand different perspective and point of the other members as well. Art doesn't have a problem. It doesn't go wrong. Whatever it create, it produce a different outcome, and each and every input have different outcome. It never goes wrong. As we used to hear the quote called, the gardeners, they throw the seed and it never goes fails. It's how it is. So it have open-ended activities as always. So we have exploration of materials. As I mentioned before, you introduce a new art system to your classroom. So the main thing, we asked to bring clay. We asked to bring fabrics, the cuties size fabric, the cuties one. and we bring sand, we bring coconut scrap, coconut dried ones, the colored ones. So we ask the children to create many art or paste it or stick it on it. So what happened is the child learns the texture, child learns the sensory activity, child learn the environment, the benefit of the environment, what the nature gives us. Art connects logically, imagination, creativity, and also with nature. This is the most unnoticed thing, but very much appreciated thing, which create a fun-free fact without a memorizing skill, without a memorization need, but it has a huge impact on child's development from a very basic early childhood young learner stage. Thank you.
Thank you. Role of music in art. Simple instruments like homemade guitars help children explore sound and rhythm creativity. Next slide. Music. Benefits of music in early childhood education. First thing is creativity and imagination. Kids explore sound, rhythm and create their own songs or instrument. Second thing is fun and motivation makes learning enjoyable and engaging. Third thing is auditory skill improves listening and recognizing of sounds and rhythms. Fourth thing is language and literacy. Songs help develop language, memory, and pronunciation. Cognitive development. Enhance memory, problem solving, and thinking skills. Sixth thing, social emotional skill promotes teamwork, expression, and social connection. Next thing is routine and structure. Songs for routines help with transition and predictability. Motor skills improves fine and gross motor skills through action like tapping and tapping.
Okay, thank you. Dance. This is a very nice activity. We can use music and dance will give them very good energy. Children learning with a lot of things in this dance. Their movement, they're learning vocabulary with action. So we can show up, down, down, down. Like that, we can sing a song and we can show the action for them. So they learn the vocabulary with action. It's a very important. Other one, they learn that meaning with action. So children can get energy and positive idea. They are working together. Then they always see the teacher left, right. They all are action. They see in the teacher. They are moving same thing for the teacher, and they are learning, and they can focus the teachers. It's a very fun and very success, enjoyable things dance. Next slide, we can see. Yeah, in here we can see some. I explained this one. Dance is very, very important. That one is improve our physical development, cognitive development, emotional experience, languages, all play role, all will be improved with this dance. Next slide, we can see other. Yeah, this is the very important thing, enhancing fine motor skills. So in kindergarten children, we use hand-eye coordination. Hand and eye coordination is a very, very important. We can use art activity for this. The painting, then we can ask them to the paint inside. So they are using the hand and eye, the coordinating to the do that one. Other one is the grip stick. That one we can use some tools, painting brush, pencil, like that. We can use some idea for them. We can use some eye liners. you want to do this one inside. Like that, we can ask them. So that's a very good activity for the fine motor skill. Other one is the control and uh, precisions. That here art activity change students control movement. They can control. They can control their whole activity with art. They are learning good thing, and what are the skills they improve their skills in here. So we use the enhancify this motor skill like this. They can do other works in after. So this is a very good activity for the pre-graders, UKG, LKG, that means small children. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Devi Bhatia. Here I'm going to talk about fostering self-expressions. So here it explains how we can use art to foster self-expression. So the first one is personal expression. Art provides a self space for students to express their feelings, thoughts, and ideas without judgment. It empowers them to communicate their individualities and explore their unique perspectives. And the second one is emotional release. Art can be therapeutic outlet for students to release their emotions, process experience, and cope with challenges in healthy and creative way. The third one is building confidence. Art encourages students to take risks and experiment with their with different techniques, and also it can celebrate their individuality and also their confidence and also positive self-image. So these are the things students get through the art. And next slide, please. Here, let's integrating art into other subjects. So this means how we can integrate other subjects with art. So first one, science. When students create a working model, so the science, working model in science, so there's art there. So there's a model structure. So from that you can see the art, and then maths, shapes, patterns, measurements, all the things include art. And the next one is language. Stories, books, designing, all comes with the art. We can easily introduce the science, maths, language concepts through the art. It is very easy because children love art. So the next one is social studies. Maps, timelines, visual representation of historical events comes with art. So children can easily remember those special representation and historical events. Maps, all the things comes with the art. So that is how we can see integrating art into other subjects. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhirani. So this is the conclusion and benefits of art in kindergarten education. Art education in kindergarten plays a vital role in fostering creativity, self-expression, and cognitive development. Through various art activities, young children develop essential skills that are benefit for their academic, social, and emotional growth. By incorporating art in kindergarten education, we can provide young children with a solid foundation for their future academic success, creative thinking, and emotional intelligence. So I think we have come to the end of our session. I thank all the presenters and the audience who would, I think you all would have got a good knowledge, and the presentation would have been useful for you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sahika teacher. So we start the session, 10th session?
So 9 is over, right?
Yes,
Okay.
teacher.
Okay. Okay, good evening everyone. This is last module 1 in selection number 10. Okay. We are doing this program under this international project for capacity development of ECCD teachers in South Asian countries. So we can see what is the topic today. Topic is this slide doesn't mention the right. So
It's a
assessment
group
based.
assessment.
Okay, assessment based on the evaluation. So, and next slide, we can see who is the teachers doing this presentation. So, Hamis Hamdat and myself, Fatima Shahika, and Rihana Naushad, Rusna Izzadin, Fatima Shafrina, and Dilini Bakia. So those are the teachers going to do this presentation today. And let's move on to the next slide and see what is. By the end of the lesson, you will learn. Those are the objective of this lesson. So first one, kindergarten assessment and evaluation, types of evaluation system, formative assessment, summative assessment, performance-based assessment, diagnostic assessment, grading scales, providing feedbacks, adapting assessment for learners' needs, and the last one, tips and some examples. So move on to the next slide. In early childhood education, so let's begin with the basics. What is kindergarten assessment and grading? So what you all are thinking about that? So, in early childhood education, assessment is not about testing children of mark or grading, right? It's about observing and understanding how each child develop, learn, and interactive, right? So, the purpose of assessment in kindergarten is to track children's development progress, track and identify their strength and learning needs, support individualized instruction, and the last, communication progress with parents and caregivers. So grading in this stage is descriptive and qualitative, not numerical. So we focus on things like, can the child follow basic instruction? So, are they developing their language and social skills? How do they express creativity and curiosity? So, what done right assessment become a powerful tool to improve both teaching and learning in the early years. So, move on to the next slide.
Thank you, teacher. Dilini Bakia. So, how we can evaluate kindergarten children? So here we can see types of evaluation system for kindergarten children. So it involves assessing various areas of development, learning, and social skills. Here are some types of evaluation. First one is formative assessment, summative assessment, development checklist, and anecdotal records, play-based assessment, portfolios, standardized testing, parent and teacher surveys, observation tools, and last one is creating a reference assessment. So criterion referred assessment. So those are the things we are going to talk about. So the next slide, please. So I'm going to talk about the first assessment, the formative assessment. It is nothing but the observation. So during the class hours, you can assess the children. If teacher teaches something, So you can check whether they are paying attention or whether they are listening and how much the student grab the content. So this formative assessment include frequent observation, anecdotal notes, and informal assessment, and also teacher-student interaction. So that is basic formative assessment includes. Next slide, please. Thank you. Summative assessment. Next teacher will explain.
Yeah,
that.
thank you. Summative assessment, then we can use the in and unit test. We can use this one at the ending of the unit test. We can give some questions. We can ask some question, matching work, and counting like that. We can use some any skill-based activity, and we can identify how much they catch that lesson. So other one is the project. We can give some project. We can give the project, and we can do some topic for them. Then they can make anything, food day, coloring day, like that we can use for that project. So we can give some topic for them. Then we can understand how they are make it, how they understood that one. Other one is the group activity. This is a very good activity. It's a teamwork. It's a very good activity for we can identify their how they give chance for others, how help for others, how they identify other feeling, and how they work together. Their performance we can measure their skills. So this is a very good activity, group activity. So children also like this one very always. Other ones are performance tasks. We can give some practical activities. In here, we can post a letter. Yeah, we can use the postal letter. It's a very good activity. So we can ask with them to bring a envelope, and we can paste the stamp, and we can go to the nearby post office, and we can show them like this. We can do this one in our day by day. Not only that one, we can use some how we deposit money. This was a very small things, but the children can get big idea. So this is a very good activity for the children. Other slide we can see. Other slide we can see, yeah, performance-based assessment project. That means first we can perform. First one is the portfolios. That means collecting students' work and showing the progress report. Then we are collecting the students' work. We can show that one. They are, they can see their work, how they work. That one they can understand, and we can show them. Other one is the presentations. Children learn in here very nice. They are using the good word, humanity, friends, and then we can use the magic word. Children learn creatively. We can make team, and we can give some project each team. We can identify here how they communicate with others, how they are using the magic way, what is their humanity, how they help their friends. Very nice, this one. Other one is the third one is the performance-based assessment. This is the method of the practical way learning. We can identify here they are active. We can analyze them with activity. We can measure their involvement. So this is the very nice activity for our kindergarten children. Okay, thank you. Rujna teacher, you can move on.
Thank you, teacher. So I'm going to talk about the diagnostic assessment. So this is, we also can tell this as screening for development milestones. A diagnostic assessment in kids is a type of evaluation used to identify a student's strengths, weaknesses, and knowledge gap before instructions, or even the start of a new topic or a new school. This helps the teachers understand what a student already knows and where they might need extra support or tailoring instructions. So this diagnostic assessment is very important for kindergarten students. And the next slide, please. And the grading scales. Normally, the literacy and numeracy, we normally we don't give grading system for our kindergarten students. A grading scale is a system or a guide that provides an explanation of grades provided by an educational institute. We can use such as A, B, C systems, or else we can use the color system as we use in our kindergarten of the evaluation test. It should be done very creatively. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll pass it to Rehana teacher. The next slide.
Thanks, Ms. Rizna. So let's move for the later part of here, providing feedback to parents and students. So in a classroom setup or whatever the educational level we reach, the communication between the parent, students, and teachers, and another fourth part we have to consider is the school stakeholders is very important. Yeah. So once the teacher should always have frequent communication between 2 to 3 days, updating about the classroom activities, the achievements students receive, which anything that is going ongoing updates in the school. If it's not mentioned manually by the teacher, I mean through the text message, or there are various apps the schools use called CSO, Exact Path, and many others, school apps, etc. The teacher should often have a communication with the parents to get informed about the progress that is going on school, else a quick AI bot message. And second part, the positive reinforcement. It is very important part in a school. Though we have a lot of complaint or many other things from school, from parents to student, when a teacher is having a communication, the traditional norm is we all scared whether it's a complaint. It's not all the time about the complaint. It is about the encouragement and the to celebrate the achievement their student achieved in the classroom. And specific feedback, identify areas for improvement. For example, there there can be a student there can be a student who is very good in math and English but not good in science. There can be a student who are not into extracurricular activities but all the time into books. So we give a update about the students in terms of specific feedback on and off which areas the child have to develop. So let's move for the next slide, please. Adapting assessment for diverse learner needs. So that's what we call integrated classroom. The classroom, the meaning diverse learners or special need student or disabled student. We positively call them differently able student. It can be the normal student, the students with accessible issues or special education needs, multilingual learners, people with different culture, ethics, and learning style. So we have to modify assessment according to, we have to modify in the sense, tailor the assessment question for different student in different level. Not every student should receive the same question paper because students are having diverse needs in each student. For example, a student with ADHD cannot sit for long hour and write an essay question. So he have to receive a different set of question. And a student who is blind or he cannot write in his own, need a support to read the question. There should be someone to read the question, or their papers should be printed in Brazilian letters. There should be variation. And when we call about multilingual learners, we should provide support for students for different language and background. There are children from different language different language, that means different native speakers, and children from different background. So we have to teach them in a way that support them. They understand the main impact in 21st century. It's not following the traditional norms here in this century. The main part is the child should understand the knowledge and implement in his future education. It's not about learning and memorizing, writing the paper. That style is almost gone. So next part come learning style. Different, Ms. Rahika, first slide, please. Thank you. So learning style. Different child have different learning style. So we have to consider their preferences, their strength and weakness, their way. So there can be a child called John who understand the question very fast. In one sentence, I'm telling he is understand. There can be another student who want the teacher to come close to him and understand him or write it and explain. So we have to understand the learning style of different child and change according to their preferences. That is what an integrated classroom is. Thank you. Next slide will take an over.
Rahika teacher.
Which one is yours?
Of holistic progress card.
Okay.
Okay, I can start now.
Yeah,
Yes,
dear,
Amma.
you can start.
Features of holistic progress card. Participatorily inclusive and based on learner-centric approach. It includes self-assessment, per assessment, and parents' feedback assessed through project-based and inquiry-based learning, quiz, role plays, group work, portfolios, etc. Explicit learning outcomes are defined, which are the pathways for competency acquisition. Approach to developing skills among children is progressive, builds on self-awareness and self-esteem. By communicating the strength and areas of improvement provides space for children to learn at their own pace. Based on 3 development goals, first thing is health and well-being. Second thing, effective communicator. Third thing is involved learner. Next thing, holistic progress card. Holistic progress card is a 360-degree multidimensional report of progress that reflects in detail the progress as well as the uniqueness of each learner in the cognitive, affective, socio-emotional, and physicomotor domains. It is a shift in assessment from one that is summative primarily. Testing rote memorization skills to one that is more regular and formative competency based. It promotes learning and development for children and evolution higher order skills such as analysis, critical thinking, and conceptual clarity. Next thing is objectives of holistic progress card. It helps to map the status of each child's learning from foundation literacy and numeracy skills. It's focus on the uniqueness of each learner to present a picture of the student's progress and provide evidence as well as an opportunity to a child to present his or her growth in the progress review over years. To document a child's own expression of self as well as the teacher's assessment of the child based on the competition. It will form an important link between home and school and makes parents an integral part of a child's learning process. Lecture 10 summary is assessment in kindergarten is informal and focused on observing observing children's learning and development through play and daily activities. Teachers use tools like checklist, portfolios, and observational to track progress in areas such as language, social, emotional, and motor skills. The goal is to support each child's growth and plan appropriate learning experience. Thank you.
So that is the end of our module 1, session 7, 8, 9, and 10. Thank you all the participants and thank you for the listeners. This is the end of our session. Thank you.
Thank you.